Hey everybody, it's Molly with AllEars, and I'm here at the Magic Kingdom with a brand new video. We've had the best day at Animal Kingdom, the best day at Hollywood Studios, and the best day at Epcot, and now it's time to have the best day ever at Magic Kingdom. I went to the AllEars.net review section and I pulled the top 10 attractions, top 4 dining locations, and I'm going to go around the park and do all of those things today, see if that really is the best day ever in Magic Kingdom. And I promise you, it's going to surprise you a few things that made the list and a few things that didn't make the list. I'm going to share tips and tricks along the way and see if we truly have the best day ever in Magic Kingdom. Are you ready? Are you excited? There's a lot to do. Let's get to it. Obviously, any best day ever for me starts with one of these, a gigantic coffee from the bakery. But it did not make the list. In fact, the bakery was on the worst day ever list, which I did a whole video of all the lowest ranked things on AllEars, which you can go check out. But little pro tip, I know the lines are long in there, but if you just get coffee and you don't ask for anything fancy, they'll just hand it to you right after you order it, and you don't have to wait in that long pickup line. So that's what I always do. Fuel me through this glorious day, coffee. So for these best day ever videos, if you're unfamiliar, what I did to determine what attractions to do, what food to eat, was I went to the AllEars.net website. We have this really cool review section where we invite our readers and our viewers to go review anything at the Disney parks. Wait, hold on. I see a celebrity. Good morning, Mary. Oh, out for her morning stroll. How lovely. As I was saying, there is a cool section on AllEars.net where we invite our readers and our viewers to do reviews of everything, of restaurants, of experiences, of shows, of rides, and then that way other people, when they're planning their trip, can go see how other people's experiences were. So when I did the worst day ever video, I pulled all the lowest ranked things, and then for these best day ever videos, I've been pulling the highest ranked things in each park. So after this video is done, if you think that I did something I shouldn't have done as part of the best day ever, or if you think one of your favorites didn't make the list, you can go leave your own reviews, and we can make sure that we have accurate views of everything so people can have the best days ever. For our first adventure today, it's fitting we are headed into Adventureland for our number 10 attraction. I'm going to do my best to do this in order from 10 to 1, so worst of the best to best of the best. And I think it'll work better than at the other parks because of things like Rise of the Resistance. That boarding pass threw me off, but I think we can do it today, so off to Adventureland we go. Another thing I want to point out is that I only looked at attraction shows food that had at least 6 reviews, because if I didn't, things like Fairy Tale Hall would win, and that had a perfect 10 because there was 1 review on there, because somebody went and had a great experience, and I'm really glad for that one person, but that's not a very good vibe. It's not a very good example for the rest of the attractions because there was only 1 review. So some things that ranked really high but didn't have at least 6 reviews were the Walt Disney World Railroad ranked really high, Princess Fairy Tale Hall, the Brave Meet and Greet, meeting Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, the Castle Show. So if you like those things too, make sure you go leave a review so they get a little more love so we can get more opinions on all of those. Go to head down to the jungle. Just kidding. Keep going. The first attraction that I'm going to do today, Pirates of the Caribbean. That is the number 10 attraction according to you. It has a score of an 8.8, which is a really good score, but it's a little low in my opinion, especially when you see what beats it. But we're gonna go check it out. Yo-ho, yo-ho, A Pirate's Life for me, an iconic Disney attraction, and off we go. It is a very busy day here at Magic Kingdom, as you can see by the line here. It's about a 50-minute wait for Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, so I got a fast pass because I'm going to be trying to get fast passes for all these rides too, which hopefully we can help with, share some fast pass tips as well. But Pirates of the Caribbean, it's usually one that's good to get a secondary fast pass. I always recommend for Magic Kingdom your initial fast passes being, if you can get it, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan's Flight, and then one of the other mountains. And then those secondary fast passes, good choices include Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, some of those attractions that are going to have longer lines, but they're easier to pull later than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Story of my life, chugging my coffee before I get on the ride. just got off Pirates of the Caribbean. What a great attraction that is. I don't think an 8.8 is high enough. I know that's a really high score, but for it to be only the 10th highest attraction in Magic Kingdom, I don't think that's right. I think it at least deserves a 9, probably 9.5, and I could even argue a 10 because it's that iconic, it's that historic, it's that important. Especially considering a few other things I'm going to do today that beat Pirates of the Caribbean, that's when you're going to be like, tisk tisk. But I do love Pirates of the Caribbean, definitely should be part of your best day ever at Magic Kingdom, and now we're off to attraction number 9. For those who don't know the history of Pirates of the Caribbean, it's actually the last attraction that Walt Disney himself worked on. It opened up in 1967 in Disneyland. Walt Disney passed away in 1966. So that is very near and dear to all the Disney nerds' hearts because that was one that Walt wanted, and it was one that he dreamt up and then the Imagineers made possible. And a lot of the most iconic Imagineers worked on Pirates of the Caribbean. Mark Davis, Claude Coates, the same people that brought to life Jungle Cruise and Haunted Mansion and a couple other of those most famous classics. So headed to Fantasyland for my next attractions, but I wanted to make a pit stop to talk about our first dining location on the list, the Liberty Tree Tavern. This restaurant had an average score of an 8.21 when averaging the lunch and the dinner reviews, making it the highest scoring full-service restaurant on the All Ears Reviews section. Now, Liberty Tree Tavern is fittingly located in Liberty Square, and it's kind of got like a Thanksgiving classic American vibe going on, so you can do an all-you-care-to-enjoy option where you've got turkey and stuffing and green beans. Boat. Got turkey and stuffing and green beans and mashed potatoes and all the fixings, or they do have a la carte options as well. They've got burgers, they've got pot pie, they've got a lobster roll, a couple different things. So it is a pretty decent restaurant, and if you're looking for something, if maybe you're on the dining plan and you're wanting to do a table service here in the Magic Kingdom that doesn't have characters, this isn't a bad option. For me, it wouldn't be what I would pick. I would probably, if you have kids that like characters, I would do Crystal Palace with the Winnie the Pooh friends, or I would go outside of the Magic Kingdom and I would go eat somewhere at one of the monorail resorts, the Wave at the Contemporary, Kona Cafe at the Polynesian. But if you're want to eat in the park, this is a pretty good option. It's not the best full-service restaurant in Disney World, but according to you, it is the best full-service restaurant here. So let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. Scooting through Fantasyland now to my first Fantasyland attractions. I've got 4 different things to do in Fantasyland today, which is not surprising. That's almost half the list. This is the land with the most attractions compared to anyone else, but I do think it's going to surprise you. At least 2 of the 4 are going to shock you that they're on the best day ever. Not this next one, though. Number 9 on my list, according to you, Peter Pan's Flight. Now, Peter Pan's Flight has a score of an 8.82, which, like Pirates of the Caribbean, is a great score, but I think it's a little low for such a classic, iconic attraction, especially considering this is one of the lowest attractions on the list all day and the lowest attraction in Fantasyland. It's pretty nuts considering how popular this attraction is, how it's still one of the hardest fast passes to get, and it's an opening day attraction. But we're going to go sail away to Neverland with Peter, Tinkerbell, Wendy, and the gang, see what we think. Peter Pan's Flight is absolutely one of the ones I recommend getting a fast pass for if you have any interest in riding it. There we go, thank you. It's one of the most popular attractions in all of Walt Disney World still to this day. So if you want to ride it, this should be one of the first fast passes you get. Thank you. Magic. This is my face every time I get off Peter Pan's Flight. It's just so wonderful. And like I said, I do think an 8.82 is a little low. It's still one of the most popular rides in Disney World. It's an iconic dark ride. You're flying over Neverland, and it's held up for almost 50 years. So while I think an 8.82 is a very good score, I think it deserves higher, somewhere in the 9s. Some people might even want to give it a perfect 10, and I wouldn't be mad about that. But what's most shocking is when you see the other Fantasyland attractions I'm going to do that outrank Peter Pan's Flight. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Peter Pan's Flight isn't that awesome. But I don't think I'm wrong because it's always got at least an hour-long wait, and it's one of the most difficult fast passes to get. If you want to do Peter Pan's Flight and you're not able to get a fast pass, check it out first thing in the morning. You may be able to get a little bit shorter of a line, or you can always go at the very end of the night during the fireworks. If you don't want to see the fireworks, there may be a drop in the line, or at the very minimum, you can always get in line at the end of the night. The park closes at 9. You can get in line at 8:59, and even if it has a 45-minute wait or an hour-long wait, you can wait that whole time as long as you're in line by the time the park closes. Number 8 on our list, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. This is the aerial, slow-moving, dark ride in New Fantasyland. Has a score of a 9, which I think is a pretty fair score for this attraction. The animatronics are wonderful. One part is very, very scary, but we'll get to that in a minute. But this is a really good attraction. It's a lot of fun, and it's definitely an updated version of a classic dark ride. So here we go, Under the Sea. One reason this is a really good attraction is because it's one that doesn't normally have that long of a wait. Because of the style of vehicle that they're constantly moving, it very rarely has longer than a 20-minute line, I'd say. Even right now, it's the beginning of spring break, as you've seen other things have well over an hour at this point, and this is still a 15-minute wait. So this is not one I would recommend getting a Fast Pass for, unless you're coming at like Christmas and it's your child's most beloved attraction and they'll cry if they don't get to ride it. But even then, this is an easy one to pull Fast Pass for as a secondary Fast Pass. This is probably the coolest hidden Mickey in Disney World. If you look in this one section of the queue, you can see that cut out of the rock is part of a Mickey on this side. And then if you keep going, the other half is on this other part of the rock. And the Imagineers designed it so that on Mickey's birthday, they figured out when the sun would hit the sky at the proper time and a Mickey shadow would appear on the wall behind us. Just got off Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. I do really like that attraction, and I think a 9 is a really fair score. The animatronics are amazing, even though that one is very scary because it's a giant Ursula, but she's a very good animatronic. I love the music. It's fun for everybody, and it definitely is a good one to do in between Fast Passes because it doesn't normally have that long of a queue. So I definitely agree with it being a 9. Do I agree with the beating Peter Pan's flight? No, I do not. Headed now to my next dining location, and it's conveniently located very close to Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. The next dining location on our list is Gaston's Tavern. It has a score of an 8.44. Gaston's Tavern isn't a full quick service location. It's got some snacks that you can do. It's got their iconic LeFou brew, which is a slushie. You can do a big cinnamon roll, which a lot of people love. They've got a couple other munchies. They do have some sandwiches and stuff, but it's not a huge quick service selection like Pecos Bills or something like that. The most iconic thing here is the LeFou brew, which is frozen apple juice, and then it's got toasted marshmallow and then like a sour foam on top. They've also, like I said, got a couple different sandwiches. They've got some snacky things, a couple other snack things. You can also do regular drinks here, soda, coffee, tea, etc. And then here's some more of the snackies. Apples, hummus, carrots, etc. And all those with a little icon are, in fact, a Disney Dining Plan snack. But I'm going to get what I think is the best one of all. I love the decor in here as well. Like, they don't actually serve beer, but because this is Magic Kingdom, but if you look at the barrels here, there's the Three Blondes beer, which is, of course, those three, the Bibettes. There's the Chateau Thunderboost, which I can't say, but anyway, the beers are nods to different things in the movie. The detail in here is really amazing as well. Like, you can see the dartboard where Gaston and LeFou are playing darts. But if you look, it doesn't look like Gaston's actually moved any. They're kind of all over the place. But yet he has a bajillion points. And also see some of his prized hunting trophies on the wall. That one over there is wearing a tri-cornered hat, like in Pirates of the Caribbean. I love this other room as well. It's got the portrait of Gaston on the mantle there, and then if you look up at the chandeliers, you can see he truly did use antlers in all of his decorating. He's got his bow and arrow on the wall. And over in this room, if you look at more of his antler architecture, he's got this cool chandelier, and Davy Crockett's hat is up there as a nod to another wild outdoorsman. One of the most fun photo ops in all of Magic Kingdom is here as well, and it's Gaston's gigantic chair that you can see in the film during the Gaston number, of course, but that's fun to sit in and get a good picture. Make sure to get all those beautiful antlers in the back. I had to get one of the gigantic cinnamon rolls from Gaston's Tavern. This is an iconic snack you can get here. Just look at this thing. It's massive. And it's a snack credit. And obviously you could share this with several people and it'd be a really good breakfast that you could use a snack credit on. But just look at that monster. Not surprising that Gaston made this because he is roughly the size of a barge. But like, this thing is literally as big as my face. Such a good cinnamon roll. This is probably the best cinnamon roll in Walt Disney World now. It's chewy, warm, good cinnamon ratio, good pastry, lots of good frosting. Pro tip, you can ask for extra frosting if you want. I fully support Gaston's Tavern cinnamon rolls being on your best day ever. Because wow, what a delight. Look who it is. Hi, Peter. Walking through Tomorrowland to our next attraction, also our first thrill ride of the day, so I bet you can guess where I am going. The first mountain of the day, Space Mountain, next on our list. Space Mountain, an iconic Magic Kingdom attraction, one of the 3 mountains, part of the Triple Mountain Challenge, has a score of a 9, which I think is fair. I don't think it's high enough, especially when you consider the fact that Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid also had a 9. But we're gonna go soar through the stars, see what we think. I'm excited because this is one of my favorite rides ever. Space Mountain, definitely one I recommend a fast pass for. You can't read it on the screen, but it has a 120-minute wait. Space Mountain has a 44-inch height requirement, so that is the tallest height requirement in Magic Kingdom. But it's lots of fun and it's amazing and incredible and one of my favorite things ever. Woo! Woo! Oh, it's so good. If you couldn't tell, I adore that attraction. I think it is so much fun. I giggle like that every single time because it just reminds me of being a little kid going on Space Mountain, and I love it so much. So I don't think a 9 is high enough. I would give it a perfect 10. And while 9 is really good, thinking when you see stuff that beat it, you're going to be sad. And now I am headed back to Fantasyland for Fantasyland attraction number 3, but attraction number 5 overall. And I think this one's going to surprise a lot of you. So stay tuned for me to walk over there in about 5 minutes / 3 seconds on the internet. The next attraction, number 6 according to you, Mickey's PhilharMagic. That's right, the 3-dimensional show featuring songs from some of your favorite Disney classics like Little Mermaid, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. That is the 6th best attraction in Magic Kingdom with a 9.06 on our reader reviews. I do enjoy Mickey's PhilharMagic. It's a fabulous attraction to beat the heat. There's usually not too long of a line. It's air conditioning and time to sit down. Really, really cute. I really enjoy it. Do I think it deserves a 9.06? And more importantly, does it deserve to beat Space Mountain and Peter Pan's Flight? This is one I would basically never recommend using a fast pass on. It usually has a very short wait, usually a walk-on. You're usually just waiting for the previous show to finish, and then you can fill the theater. And even when it's really, really busy, this is still not very bad. So I don't really recommend using fast pass here. I love this queue because it's got posters for acts that could be performing in the theater, like Willie the Whale, who used to terrify me as a child, or Ariel's choral group with all of her sisters. Genie sings the blues. Wheezy, Hades. I think this is really cute. So now all of these people are just waiting for the next show. We'll all get to go in the big theater and have a seat and enjoy some air conditioning. So really not too bad of a wait. Looks like a lot of people, but it's really not.
What's that? I can't hear you, Mickey. Donald, wake up! It's showtime!
I enjoy PhilharMagic. I think it's a super cute show. I think it's perfect for an attraction, a filler attraction in between things, because it usually doesn't have a long line, like I said. You get to sit down for 12 minutes in the air conditioning. Really good music. The kids are going to enjoy it. Do I think it deserves a 9.06? Sure, I don't think that's crazy. I'd probably put it closer to like on a scale like an 8 or an 8.5, but what's really crazy is that it got a 9.06, which outranked things like Peter Pan's Flight and Space Mountain. So is it part of a best day ever? Sure, it could be. Is it a requirement? Not for me. So I'm not saying to lower the score, but I am saying it doesn't deserve to be in the top 10 as far as I'm concerned. What I will say about PhilharMagic is that as far as the best day ever goes, it could really help you there though, because of that seating, because it's something that you can do with a minimal wait. It's something that everybody in the family is going to enjoy, so it can help serve as part of a best day ever, because it's like 15 minutes of being inside in the air conditioning and recharging a little bit, which that helps everybody have the best day ever. The next attraction on our list, tied in a 4/5th position, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. It's got a 9.33, putting it in the top 5, like I said, which is a little surprising, but also not that surprising all at the same time. It's definitely a classic attraction. It's not a big thrill ride, but a lot of folks do love the People Mover. Unfortunately, the People Mover is down for some technical difficulties right now. They're not sure if it's going to reopen today. So for now, please enjoy this montage of me riding the People Mover in other videos. Wasn't that a fun trip down memory lane? Now, I do love the People Mover, and I think it's great. It usually doesn't have a long line, which makes it another great one of those attractions as a filler when you need to just sit down and relax. It's probably the most relaxing attraction in the world. Does it deserve to outscore things like Space Mountain and Peter Pan's Flight? Probably depends on who you ask, but for me, it does not. I like it, I ride it every chance I get, but for me, it would not beat out some of the things it has. So, there you go. Let me know how you feel about the People Mover in the comments, and hopefully it'll come back up today and we can ride it. But for now, we're going back to Fantasyland, because apparently I'm just doing this all day. Headed into the other number 4/number 5 attraction, plus the last attraction in Fantasyland on my list, Enchanted Tales with Belle. If you're not familiar, this is an interactive show where the kiddos get to be a part of the story of Beauty and the Beast, and Belle herself is here. If you're at Magic Kingdom and you want to see Belle, this is the place to do it, because you're not going to find her anywhere else. Also, I definitely recommend using FastPass for this one, because it's super popular and it usually has a pretty long wait. The downfall of doing FastPass is that you do not get to go all the way through Maurice's cottage, because that's where this attraction starts, and that's Belle's childhood home, and you get to see a bunch of really cute details and stuff. So if it doesn't have that long of a wait, maybe you want to go through there, because it is very, very cute. But if it does have a long wait, you're definitely gonna want to get a FastPass for it. If you have a Belle lover in the family or a little one who'd like to be part of the show, I do think this is a good must-do. So let's check it out. And it has one of the coolest Imagineering effects ever in this one.
Oh, and of course, we'll need someone to play the master, the beast. He has a mighty roar.
Put those paws up for me and roar!
Remember, Belle doesn't know you're here, so
No!
Surprise!
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful surprise!
I do really like Enchanted Tales with Belle. I think it's a really good character interaction experience. It's hard to kind of scale it against things like Space Mountain because they have two very different target audiences. So for some people, Enchanted Tales with Belle isn't going to crack the top 10. For a little girl who's dressed in a Belle dress, that's maybe her favorite thing ever and definitely part of her best day ever. So it's kind of hard to rank it against other things. This is our only character interaction on the list, spoiler alert, so I think this is a really, really good one. But like I said, it definitely is a target demographic. Younger kids are going to like it, they get to be in it if you've got a big Belle fan, and if you've never seen it before, it's worth checking it out just for the magic mirror alone. So I think a 9.33 is a pretty fair score. For me, is it going to outrank something like an actual attraction? Probably not, but for a lot of people, this is a must-do, and I do think it's a good part of a best day ever. Whew, all this walking back and forth between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland has made me hungry, so while I was exiting Enchanted Tales with Belle, went ahead and mobile ordered at the only quick service, like full quick service location on the list, and I'm gonna go pick it up now before the next attraction, and I'm very excited about it. If you're unfamiliar with mobile order, it's definitely something you should do to make sure you have a best day ever because it can avoid a lot of time waiting in line at a quick service location. It's an easy feature on the My Disney Experience app, allows you to order everything. You can link a credit card to it or you can use your dining plan. Then when you're headed to the restaurant, you just let them know on the app, go to a special line where there's not going to be a bunch of people and pick up your food. Easy peasy, and you should definitely do it. About to pick up my mobile order at what you think is the best quick service location in Magic Kingdom, Columbia Harbor House. And I have to agree with you. I think this is an excellent quick service location. It's got some seafood, some fried shrimp, some fried fish. It's also got grilled salmon, chicken pot pie, macaroni and cheese, a lobster roll. Really, really good food. Something a little bit different, and you can do a little something healthier if you want to. But I really do think this is an excellent quick service location, and I'm glad it's part of my best day ever because I am hungry. Taking a look at the menu, lots of good stuff. Columbia Harbor House has a score of an 8.64 on our reviews, which I think is a pretty fair score. What a lot of people don't realize about Columbia Harbor House is that there's an upstairs too, so there's a lot of really good seating. It's a really good restaurant to come take a little break in because there is so much seating inside in the air conditioning. Considering I had a gigantic cinnamon roll for breakfast, I went with this grilled shrimp skewer for lunch. It's got quite a few grilled shrimpies that have got some kind of like buttery, garlicky, herby sauce on it. Plus I got green beans and hush puppies. You got to pick two sides. They also had like french fries and rice, but I went with these. And this looks really, really yummy for a quick service meal. Got my little shrimpy, very excited. I had to ask for cocktail sauce, but tartar sauce was on the bar. But if you're a cocktail sauce fan, just ask them. They'll happily get it for you. That is a delicious grilled shrimp. Not what I expected to get at a quick service location, but I saw grilled shrimp and I just had to do it. So yeah, I'm impressed. I've always liked Columbia Harbor House. I really like their Lighthouse sandwich, which is actually a plant-based sandwich with hummus and broccoli slaw in it. It's fabulous. The lobster roll is great. Fish and chips is great. So definitely a high-quality quick service location. I'm also really excited because I love hush puppies. They are so good. And some green beans. Those are very good green beans. Sometimes you get them and there's not any flavor to them and they're just kind of meh, but these are good. Some of that seasoning from the shrimp has leaked on them. Overall, well done. Just finished up lunch at Columbia Harbor House. I thought it was really, really good. Definitely worthy of that 8.64. This one and Pecos Bills are my two choices for quick service meals in Magic Kingdom. So happy to see that ranked high. The other meal I would consider booking or jumping into when you're at Magic Kingdom, especially if you're on the dining plan, is Be Our Guest. It's a quick service meal for breakfast and lunch, and it's a full service, actually signature meal for dinner, but it's really cool to go in the Beast Castle, and it is a good use of a quick service dining plan credit because it's pretty expensive. So I really like that one, but I think Columbia Harbor House, it's a high quality meal. That was really good food. It's a little bit healthier, a little bit different. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. and my belly is full, which means it's the perfect time to go ride a thrill ride, right? Pro tip, you can clearly tell what my next attraction is. It only has a 20-minute wait right now, quickly climbing, because it was during the parade, but now that the parade ended, everyone's going to run over here. So if you don't care about the parade, you can always try some of the big attractions during it, and you're likely going to get a little bit of a lower wait, or a lot of a bit of a lower wait, because this had like a 2-hour wait earlier. Ready for the number 3 attraction on our list, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is one of my personal favorite attractions. It's got the score of a 9.42, which is really good, but in my opinion, probably not high enough. But that said, we're gonna go for a ride on the wildest ride in the wilderness, and we're gonna make sure that a 9.42 is accurate. As I was waiting, after I'd scanned my Fast Pass at Bell, I fiddle-faddled and I got a Fast Pass for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So if you're wondering how I've gotten Fast Passes for pretty much everything I've done today, definitely recommend checking out the Fast Pass Challenge in Magic Kingdom video, and then watching the subsequent Fast Pass challenges at the other parks. Teaches you all my tips and tricks for getting the most Fast Passes. But the key trick is to fiddle-faddle, aka refresh in that My Disney Experience app. I adore Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's always so much fun, and it's kind of a sleeper hit. Like, it doesn't look as much fun as it actually is, but especially when you're in the back and you're whipping around like that and sliding across the seat and banging into your friends that are next to you, it is so much fun. So I think a 9.42 is a very good score, but I definitely think it should be higher. I think it could be a 10, and I just adore this attraction. So I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, big fan, absolutely part of a best day ever. Look what I was talking about. In just the time it took for me to ride the ride in the Fast Pass line, it's already jumped from 20 to 70 minutes because of all the people that came to ride it after the parade. So if you want to use that tactic, come during the parade, not after, because everybody else is coming right after the parade. We've only got 2 attractions left on our list, but there's a lot of good Magic Kingdom attractions that we haven't been to. So what's it going to be? What are the top 2 according to you? Find out momentarily. I bet if you can figure out which direction I'm headed, you may have a good idea of the next one. Walking through Liberty Square. Where could I possibly be going? Am I staying in this land? Am I moving on to the next one? You'll find out soon. What do you think? Here we go. If you guessed the next attraction I'd be going to is the Haunted Mansion, you are correct. This is the second best attraction in Magic Kingdom according to you, with a ranking of a 9.72, which is over a quarter of a point up from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So that's a pretty big jump. I am not shocked at all that this made the top 10. I'm not even surprised this made the top 2. What I am surprised by is that this isn't the number 1 highest ranking attraction according to you, because it is such a fan favorite. It's an iconic attraction, it's a classic attraction, it's a must-do attraction, it is a feat of Imagineering, it's an opening day attraction that still dazzles guests. Just look at these crowds, and this has been around for almost 50 years. So I am very excited to go visit those 999 happy haunts, and this is absolutely part of a best day ever when you come to Magic Kingdom. Go going to get in the incredibly long Fast Pass queue right now. I was able to get a Fast Pass for it by fiddle-faddling when I got into the big Thunder Mountain Railroad queue after I scanned my band initially there. So again, go watch those Fast Pass videos so that you can make sure to get as many Fast Passes as possible so you don't have to wait in a 45 or 50-minute line at the Haunted Mansion. I'm not really sure why, but this is the Fast Pass queue right now. But I'm not worried, it'll move quickly. This is an Omni-Mover attraction, which means the vehicles never stop unless they stop them to, say, load a wheelchair party or something, which means they can load people really, really fast, and it has a really high occupancy. High occupancy? Is that the word? It can get a lot of people through it every hour, so therefore the line typically moves pretty fast. I've never heard that crazy noise before. That was awesome. One of the best things about this attraction are all the details and the Easter eggs. Just look at Madame Leota, she's moving, and her eyes will open. If you want to know more about the Haunted Mansion, all the little details and backstory and history and everything, we have a whole video on that where I do a whole tour, and we'll link that for you. But like all of these people's names are Imagineers that worked on the attraction. And I just really feel like she's watching me.
And no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out.
Let there be music from regions beyond.
And I will, because this is a delightful attraction. Definitely part of a best day ever at Magic Kingdom. 9.72, I think that's a good score, but I know a lot of people would give it a perfect 10, and that's also a very good score for the Haunted Mansion. It's just such a classic. There's so much detail, and the fact that those effects are still incredible 50 years later, amazing. Top drawer, I say. Time for my last snack of the day. And I don't have to go very far at all. I'm in fact staying in Liberty Square, and I'm really excited about this one. I think this is another great choice for a place to get a unique snack in Disney, and I'm sure some of you by now have already figured out exactly what little building I'm going to. Hello there, beautiful. And by that I mean Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. Delightful little spot to get some really fun, unique treats in Magic Kingdom. They have these fabulous waffles, like big Belgian waffles. They do a sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich. They've got a foot-long corn dog, a couple funnel cakes. You can do that Mickey waffle with powdered sugar or strawberries and whipped cream. They've got an ice cream churro sandwich. But what I'm gonna get is right here, it's a fresh fruit waffle sandwich. Really jazzed about this one. A couple of these options can be snack credits, and they're really good uses of snack credits. For example, the funnel cake is $6.99. That's pretty expensive, and you could do that for a snack credit. The Mickey waffle with powdered sugar is almost $6. I did that with the strawberries and whipped cream during the Mickey shaped food challenge. That's a great snack credit. The ice cream churro sandwich, I ate that during the A to Z snack challenge. Also really good snack credits, because those are all $6, $7, almost $8 worth of snacks. Here is my incredibly delicious looking Nutella and fresh fruit waffle. It's a golden Belgian waffle, and it's got a nice slathering of Nutella plus fresh bananas, blueberries, and strawberries. Yowzas, that looks good. I'm not 100% sure how to eat this, so per usual I'm just gonna shove it in my face and probably get it all over, but that went better than expected. And oh my gosh, is that good. Wow, I'm loving these fresh strawberries. Wow. Perfect amount of Nutella, not too much, just enough. Perfectly cooked waffle. Oh wow, what a delight. Such a fun treat. Not a snack credit, but huge, definitely shareable, and could be a very delicious, kinda nutritious breakfast. Afternoon snack because it's got fruit on it. I'm gonna justify it. Sleepy Hollow, definitely got some great treats, and a good treat is of course part of a best day ever at Magic Kingdom. So this was an excellent choice. What a scrumptious treat that was. That's truly a unique and wonderful park treat. Plus I love a Mickey waffle, plus I love a funnel cake. So Sleepy Hollow, excellent choice to tap off our day as far as eating goes. And what's interesting to me is 3 of the 4 places I talked about as far as food goes are all in Liberty Square. Liberty Tree Tavern, Columbia Harbor House, and Sleepy Hollow. So congrats, Liberty Square. I guess you're the best eating land in Magic Kingdom. Also, you're the number 2 attraction, so for a small land, you are pretty mighty. 1 attraction left. What could it possibly be? There's some big things we haven't done yet. Is it going to be Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? Is it going to be Splash Mountain? Is it going to be Jungle Cruise? Is it going to be a sleeper hit like Dumbo or Buzz Lightyear? Stay tuned. If you had your bets placed on Splash Mountain as the best attraction in Magic Kingdom, then congratulations, because according to our reader reviews, this is the number 1 attraction in Magic Kingdom with a score of a 9.78. That's pretty darn good for Splash Mountain, and I think that's a really accurate score. Does it beat out all the other mountains? Not for me personally. I actually think Splash is my least favorite of the triple mountains. I like Space and Big Thunder more, but I adore this attraction. I think it's super cute. It's a long attraction, which is great. People love that log flume. So I think a 9.78 is a very fair score for Splash Mountain. I'm not mad about the score. I'm just a little surprised that it beat out things like the Haunted Mansion and, to be honest, Peter Pan's Flight. But that said, let's go down to the Briar Patch and see what Brer Fox and Bear and Rabbit are up to, and we'll talk about this more in a second. I was about to go get on Splash Mountain, but I noticed the Hoedown characters are coming out, and I had to say hello to my girl Clarabelle. Clarabelle, I love you so much! You're one of my favorites! Yes, girl! Oh, I love her so much. Okay, I was distracted by Clarabelle Cow. I just love her and her sass so much. Anyway, I am headed to ride Splash Mountain. I did have a fast pass. I got it as soon as I got in line, and I tapped my band at Haunted Mansion. I had it for a little bit later in the afternoon. Fiddle Faddle got it even closer, and then I stood at the Fast Pass Plus kiosk, the one in the Adventureland Tunnel, for like 3 minutes fiddling, and I got one for 15 minutes or so from the time it was. So my theory on the kiosks providing different times still seems to be a winner. So if you can't get a time that you want on the app, maybe try going to one of the kiosks and fiddling there back and forth for a few minutes, and you may have a little bit of luck getting a fast pass for that attraction. But again, if you want more tips on the fast pass and the Team Fiddle Faddle, definitely check out those fast pass challenge videos. Want to point out, it has been pretty busy today. Spring break has started, so most things have had pretty long lines all day. The fiddle faddling is still going strong. I also get comments sometimes about how it won't work to fiddle faddle if you're bigger than a party of 1 or 2, but I gotta say, that doesn't seem to be true, because I had basically my whole family here this past weekend, a party of 12, and while we had really good fast passes initially, because we make sure to book them right at that 60-day mark, we were able to fiddle faddle our way onto pretty much everything else we wanted to do. So just keep fiddle faddling. If you are a bigger group, maybe try breaking up your party into like 5 and 5 or smaller numbers and try and get some time overlapping, and I hope you can fiddle faddle your way into great success.
Watch out, guys.
Watch, they have to scan. Watch out.
As you can probably tell, Splash Mountain is a very popular attraction, great use of a fast pass. Highly recommend one. Like I said earlier, for your initial fast passes at Magic Kingdom, I always suggest, if you can get it, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan's Flight, and then your favorite of the 3 mountains, Big Thunder, Splash, or Space. If you can't get Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Peter Pan's Flight, then I'd say go for as many of the mountains as you can, because they're very popular and they're going to be your longest waits usually throughout the day. Plot twist. Ooh, maybe we're moving. Gotta get my bag. Plot twist, they just came on the intercom saying that the attraction was temporarily delayed. We could leave if we wanted to and to talk to a cast member, but I don't know if they are going to give compensation if you leave. So I'm sticking it out. But just ironic, this is the last attraction on this.
Due to some technical difficulties, we have temporarily stopped all log rides on Splash Mountain.
We are currently working on the situation and expect to resume our trip shortly. If you wish to keep your place in the queue, we invite you to do so. If you would rather visit other attractions, please see a cast member who will direct you to the nearest exit. We apologize for this inconvenience and we thank you for your patience and cooperation.
I've been stuck in the fast pass lines for like 10-ish minutes, maybe 15. Really not that bad. But they just started chanting. I can hear them down below, which makes me think the logs are working again, which is very exciting. A couple people in the line were asking me what I would do if I wasn't in this line to film it for a video. I would give any attraction like maybe 5 or 10 minutes once that announcement comes on. I believe if you were in a fast pass line, they would give you another fast pass since you didn't get to use this, and it would be one that you could use back here again when the attraction's open or at another attraction, probably with some exclusions like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Can't guarantee that though since I did not leave the line, but that would be my guess. If you were in the standby line though,
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Bear Box has put us in a bit of a sticky situation, causing a delay in our boarding process. At this time, we'll continue our normal operations. However, you may notice an increase in wait times.
Oh, they are. So they were just announcing that the attraction is working again, but there are going to be some delays, of course, because it's all backed up. So the time you wait may be longer than the time that was posted. Like I was saying, if you were in the standby queue and that happened and you exited, I don't know what they would give you. If you were almost at the front, I think they would give you something. If you were towards the back and had only been in waiting in standby for 5 or 10 minutes of the hour-long posted wait, I can't guarantee it. But the best advice I can always give in these kind of situations is talk to the cast members. But I always like to give it like 5 or 10 minutes just to see if it comes back up. And I was standing in the air conditioning, so like, who cares? Ignore everything I just said. I talked to a cast member, and because you were given the choice to stay in the line or leave, they weren't giving anything no matter what. If you were in fast pass or standby, if you chose to leave the queue, then you were leaving the queue on your own volition and you didn't get anything. So that said, that's why I always like to wait a little bit, because you never know if the attraction's going to get back on. They're not going to let you stand in the line for like an hour and then still not ride. They're going to dump the queue, and at that point they would likely give you something. So it's always going to be a case-by-case basis, but that's what happened just now.
Mark my words.
My best luck. Well, that's it. I did everything on the list, so I should have had the best day ever in Magic Kingdom. But did I? Well, yeah, any day in the Magic Kingdom is the best day ever, especially when you're with your friends and family and you're making wonderful magical memories. But were they really the best Magic Kingdom has to offer? As far as the food goes, I definitely think yes. I ate at a bunch of my favorite places to get a great snack, to get a good quick service meal, so I think the food really did hit the mark. And a lot of good attractions also made the list. Classics like Peter Pan's Flight, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, as well as those classic Triple Mountains, Space Splash, and Big Thunder, definitely all part of a best day ever for me at Magic Kingdom. But I was surprised at a few things that didn't make the list. For example, Jungle Cruise has a 105-minute wait right now. It's clearly very popular, and it didn't make the list. Neither did Dumbo or Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, or the big one, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's one of the most popular attractions in all of Disney World. It's one of my favorite attractions. It's one of the hardest fast passes to get, and it only has an 8.67. So it really surprised me that that didn't make the list when things like Mickey's PhilharMagic did make the list. I was also surprised that there weren't more entertainment or character offerings on the list, especially things like Happily Ever After, the incredible nighttime spectacular here where Tinkerbell literally flies through the sky and it's those amazing fireworks at night. For me, the best day ever at Magic Kingdom ends with Happily Ever After. So I was a little surprised by that. But don't just take my word for it. Definitely go leave your own reviews at AllEars.net and let us know what you think the best of the best is at the Magic Kingdom. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. And until next time, y'all, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.